Some readers of the Bible are drawn especially to editions that print the words attributed to Jesus in red. For them, these passages feel like the heart of the Christian message, the teachings spoken directly by the figure at the center of the faith. From this perspective comes a provocative claim that the red letter sayings alone are sufficient, and that everything else in Scripture should be read as secondary, historical, or even optional. This view does not arise from a rejection of the Bible as a whole, but from a desire to filter it through what Jesus himself is recorded as saying. In the Gospels, Jesus emphasizes love of neighbor and enemy, forgiveness without limit, care for the poor, humility, mercy, and inner transformation. He warns against hypocrisy, religious pride, and the abuse of power. For many modern readers, especially those troubled by religious violence, harsh moral systems, or exclusion, these teachings feel radically different in tone from other parts of the biblical canon. The Hebrew Scriptures and later New Testament letters contain material shaped by ancient societies. Laws about warfare, gender roles, punishment, slavery, ritual purity, and national identity. They also include narratives of conquest and divine judgment that can be difficult to reconcile with Jesus' call to love enemies and turn the other cheek. Likewise, some passages historically used to limit women's roles or justify coercion stand in tension with stories of Jesus speaking publicly with women, welcoming them as disciples and elevating the marginalized. Because of these contrasts, some conclude that the safest spiritual center is not the entire collection of writings, but the recorded voice of Jesus himself. They argue that if Christianity is named after Christ, then his teachings should outweigh all others when conflicts arise. When later interpretations appear to promote fear, hierarchy, or violence, the red letter approach asks, does this align with what Jesus said and did? If not, it should be questioned. Another reason supporters of this view focus on the red letters is the presence of theological disagreements among Christians. With thousands of denominations interpreting Scripture differently, many people grow weary of doctrinal battles over verses written long after Jesus' lifetime. Turning to his direct sayings can feel like stripping faith back to its simplest form. Love God, love others, forgive, give generously, seek inner renewal, and live humbly. Still, this approach is not without critics. Many theologians maintain that the Bible is a unified collection, and that Jesus himself drew from earlier scriptures and was interpreted by his followers in the rest of the New Testament. Others argue that isolating only certain verses risks oversimplifying a complex tradition and ignoring historical context. Yet the red letter focus continues to appeal to people who are disillusioned with religious institutions, but still drawn to Jesus. For them, it is not about discarding history, but about choosing a lens, placing compassion above coercion, mercy above judgment, and transformation above control. In a world marked by conflict and division, they see in the words attributed to Jesus a moral compass that points consistently toward non-violence, dignity, and love. Whether one accepts or rejects the claim that you only need the red print, the impulse behind it is clear. A longing to return to what many consider the core of the Christian message. At its heart is a simple question, one that has echoed for centuries and will likely continue to do so. If Jesus is central, how should his words shape everything else? If today's message spoke to your heart, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Together, we'll keep uncovering the living words written in red, words that never fade. Dive into the heart of the Gospels with the red words of the Christ, a profound and illuminating exploration of the words spoken by Jesus Christ. This beautifully crafted book brings together the teachings, parables, and divine wisdom of Jesus as found in the New Testament, offering readers a focused and inspiring journey through his transformative message. Receive your copy today by visiting Amazon. The link will be in the description.